Hey guys, so I had some friends ask me about the head and neck restraint devices that I had, and so I had the two most popular ones I know about. So obviously the HANS device, the traditional one that you've seen everyone rock, and also the Hybrid Sport. Here they are, here's the two of them. So I use both of these for drifting. I wanted to go over the pros and cons of each of the harnesses and share with you guys what my experience has been, what I liked about each one of them, what I didn't like about each one of them, so that you can better decide which one you want. And this is not a sponsored video. I just wanted to do this video before I get rid of my 350Z because it has the roll cage in it. Take a look at the Z, probably for the last time on this channel. I'm gonna make a couple more videos with it just to answer any of the questions that I remember people had. Okay, so on the left, traditional HANS device. Pretty lightweight, slips right on, I like it. This, called the Simpson Hybrid Sport, and this is actually backwards, but I wanted to show you guys. You have to wear this kind of like a backpack. These go over your shoulders. There's a clip right around your rib cage. Okay, let's get right to it. So pros and cons of the HANS device. So pros, let's start with those. Number one, price point. It is the cheaper of the two. They go for about $400, $450-ish. Number two, ease to put it on. Believe it or not, that's like a huge deal for me. You're like hopping in and out of your car, getting ready to get in line and get ready for your lap. It's a lot of putting this on, putting it off. So this, very easy. It just slides right over your neck and that's it. And you're ready to go. Number three is the most important one for me, which is free range of motion of your head. It really allows you to turn your head a lot, especially for drifting. Half the time, if not more, we're looking out the side windows, not necessarily looking straight forward. So being able to turn your head freely and not having it catch and lock, and then using your eyeballs to turn that extra 10-15 degrees. It's just way more natural. And like talking to someone riding shotgun with you, talking to the flagger outside the window, it's just way better and more natural and comfortable. Okay, now for the cons. Really, there are just two cons. One is these can only be used with cars that are rocking like a proper harness. You see the harness goes over both shoulders here. And the reason being is there's nothing really holding it together to your body. It's just sitting on you and you need both harnesses to hold it down evenly. So you really need a car with a roll cage and then a proper harness, either a 4-point, 5-point, or 6-point. You cannot use it in a regular car with the stock, 3-point seatbelt. And then the other con would be there is no lateral impact protection. So the way this is designed is these are hooked up to your helmet, right? And in a crash you go forwards, and this can protect your head going forwards. But there's nothing, like there's no triangulation on the sides to where if you get hit on the side, T-bone basically, there's no protection for your head flying left and right. A way around that is get seats with the halo around your head. Now for the hybrid, let's talk about the pros. Basically, all of the cons that the HANS has, this kind of takes care of. The major pro of this would be it does have side impact protection. You can see there's some triangulation here. It goes by your shoulders and the back. If you get hit from the side, this will catch going sideways, and it also can do the regular forward sideways impact. Another major plus for the Hybrid Sport is you can wear it in any regular car. This loops around and you wear it like a backpack. And so it's already stable on your body and you only need one belt going over your shoulder. Like in a regular car, a 3-point belt, and you're able to run this. You can hop in cars without a roll cage, cars without harnesses. You can hop in your buddy's car, you can hop in anyone's car that's not a fully prepped race car, and this would still be effective. Now for the cons. So number one, it is at a much higher price point. These go for about $600, I believe, $650, maybe more. More than 50% more expensive than the traditional HANS. Number two, for me, it's the comfort and range of motion. What I mean is, right now just holding this, it's noticeably heavier than the traditional HANS. And then range of motion is because you have all of this protection, it severely limits how much you could turn your head. When I was using this to drift, I would turn my head to start looking out the window and my face would stop moving. I'd have to use my eyeballs to continue looking to where I'm drifting. This is a major disadvantage of this is, yes, it offers more lateral protection, but you're very restricted and it's just not comfortable. You can't even like turn your head to talk to whoever's sitting next to you in your car. You have to turn like this much and then kind of just use your peripherals or turn your eyeballs to talk to the person. That's a big one for me. And then also just overall wearing it. Like if you're getting in and out of your car often, if you're sharing this with other drivers, it's not as simple to wear. You gotta loop it in, things can get caught, and then you have to clip this around your midsection, and it does take a lot of extra time to wear. So just another thing to consider. You might not think it's as big of a deal, but when you're like, you know, pressed for time, trying to get in the car, trying to get up to the grid, trying to go, you know, an extra 30 seconds here and there really adds up, and it could be the difference of you missing your run or showing up late. Okay, so now that we talked about the pros and cons of each of these, I'll show you guys how it looks and how my neck can move with the harness on, with the helmet on, strapped into the car. So this is putting on this HANS device. Slip it over your neck. Tighten your strap, and you're basically done. You can see back here, I can turn my head quite a bit. Let's get this on. So you can see I could turn my head a lot. In the event of a crash, boom. So that's how it looks to have the traditional HANS device. So now I'm going to put on the Hybrid Sport and show the same thing. Let's try on the Hybrid Sport. Oh, this thing is not fun to put on. Like, so much going on. You can put this on separately, like wear the harness first and then put your helmet on, but it's just really hard to put these D-rings on when you can't see anything and you're trying to latch it. So I just hook it up first and then put it on all together. And how I do it is I put my arm through here, put my other arm through the other loop. It's like putting on a t-shirt. Okay. Okay, now I'm wearing it, and I could put the helmet on. And then you just have to latch it. Put your seatbelt on basically, and hopefully it's on correctly. So see back here? Okay, and then now you can see how I'm very restricted. Can't turn my head as much. So, and then if there's a side impact, you can see like my neck won't overextend. Now let's get in the car and see how it fits. And these just go here. To make it easier to take it off, you just yank this and it'll disconnect. And you can already see I'm like having a hard time turning my head just to talk to the camera. You would have these on, and this would hold you in. And already I just feel way more like lock right here, you know? So, same with the forward thing. So it's just very, very restrictive, and you can see like, this is the most I could turn. I have to turn my eyeballs just to look at you. Drag racing or most forms of racing, that might be okay. But in drifting, we're really looking basically 90 degrees out the window. So not having that is I would say it's a pretty big handicap. It's just not very natural and comfortable feeling. So that's my experience with the HANS device and the Simpson Hybrid. There's really pros and cons to both. Overall, if I had to choose, I would go with the HANS device just for the comfort and convenience factor. Being able to have flexibility though, to just hop into any car that has just the stock seatbelts in it and have the safety of the HANS device is still very useful. I think both are good. Really depends on what kind of car you got, what you want to use it for, and what your budget is. So if you enjoyed the video and found the information helpful, give me that thumbs up, hit that like, and subscribe. That will really help me out. See you guys in the next video.